Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay, you're
Their
familiar.
doctrines are very
how do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smart.
And now you have an idea what the heck is happening. Well, guess what? Jordan Peterson went there to defend himself, but not being a Christian.
I have so many questions!
Well,
And I mean
either
it,
you're a
'cause I
Christian
won't
or you're
talk
not.
to you if you're a smart ass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression
private.
I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
Dude,
No,
it's
you
like
were-
showing...
Hold on.
showing
Keep going.
Invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video,
You're really quite something, you are.
aren't I? But you're really quite nothing. Right? You're not a Christian.
Wow! Because you're not Christian, you're not atheist, so you're nothing. Bar!
And guess what? Jordan Peterson supposedly was never invited to defend his Christianity. Isn't that odd?
I saw your Jubilee video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got a story about that. I should tell you, just so everybody knows. I haven't told this.
A lot of people didn't know he was bamboozled by Jubilee.
We have the documentation, but decided to let it lie. Until now, apparently.
It seems he have the documentation to back up his defense,
I'm actually going to speak a little bit in their favor for a minute.
but at the same time, he seems to be very reasonable to defend the people that he's debating.
People who were arguing with me were told a different story than I was told.
Oh.
I was told that it was Jordan Peterson against 20 atheists. They were told that it was a Christian against 20 atheists.
If you don't agree with the title, then you won't go debate representing the title that you don't agree with. That's why they had to change the title, saying, hey, it's not a Christian debating 20 atheists anymore. And everybody was like, wow, we're changing it because Jordan Peter didn't want to do. No. I thought Jubilee was nice.
And so that first young man, who was very disrespectful, he said something about me being a Christian. And I said, I didn't make a claim to be a Christian. And he said, well, what do you mean? This is a Christian against 20 atheists. You don't even know where you are.
And if I have to be honest, I was shocked. I was surprised. And I was disappointed. I'm like, what do you got to lose? You can just say you're a Christian. I didn't understand it. It made no sense. I actually told people I don't think he's a real Christian in spirit, more in literature.
So I don't know if that was a mistake on the part of Jubilee.
They did that.
Yeah.
Because I've heard other people come from there and say that they twisted like words.
Yes,
to, like,
it was appalling.
I have a feeling that Jubilee is off because usually they pick the more reactionary people to get the attention, and you might have one smart one. Whenever people go into that thing and they need to run to a chair to be the first one to sit and they need to speak, the moment it seems like a conversation, all the other people, red flag, red flag, red flag.
It's like
Of course
an
some people
opportunity
are.
thing.
But
It's
when
like
an institution is multi-trillion dollars in scale, involves 23 million of our citizens every 4 years, and is not actually bettering the country. For example, if college was so great, we would see incomes going up for Gen Z and millennials. We'd see more people able to own homes.
Okay.
Kids wouldn't...
And when they are saying gangsters, so you're a bad person, blah, 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 click, 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 clack, clack, click, 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 click. Or you said them, you called them kind of ugly indirectly, but professionally.
a fetus is in utero.
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the f***? I'm sorry, is this a language
It
class?
means little human being.
Ugh, his smile is very creepy. Okay,
Smiling is creepy.
no, your smile specifically.
Got it,
But
thank you.
let's go back to, we're losing track here.
And then nobody complains. It's like the whole show is normalizing not middle ground. When you're saying that we need to be inclusive to the people, but anybody that shows inclusivity and understanding, you kind of vote them out. Remember to subscribe.
¿Por qué?
I just think personally they want Jordan Peterson, Candace Owen, Michael Knowles, all these people, they want them to crumble under the pressure.
Not happy with the fact that I was set up. I think that was staggeringly corrupt and also unnecessary. And it put me on a spot and made me look like a fool at times because I didn't know what the hell was going on. And it also had the same effect on the young people that were challenging me because they felt I was playing a crooked game, when in fact both of us had been misinformed.
This is a very good example about how narrative can destroy people. One believes they're coming to debate a Christian, one is trying to say, I never cheated, but the title of the video is how to cheat and get away with it. You know, it's like, whoa, I didn't advocate for this. And now guess what? Most people that don't see this Christian channel would never know this happened. I'm not going to see a title in NPR, Jordan Peterson was lied to by Jubilee. Nah, because just like NPR said one time, the truth is a distraction.
I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done.
Communism forever.
We're going to let the narrative go the way we kind of like it. But hey, fund me, government, because nobody wants to subscribe anyway.
You talked to any of the other kids since that day?
No. We decided
Could you walk me through the whole Jubilee thing?
And now he's going to explain everything, finally.
Because when I watched that, I knew it wasn't right. I knew there was something weird
Well,
there.
I did. I walked you through what I know of it.
So, but where did you get the invitation from? From the Jubilee people?
Yes.
And when you got and you sat there, are they not letting you meet them?
They had offered me a number of potential topics, one of which was Jordan Peterson against 20 atheists. And I thought, I could do that. That might be interesting.
Oh, so do you think this could be like just a misunderstanding with crew members giving the people the wrong?
No, I don't think so.
It's clear Jubilee is trying to maximize conflicts for their videos. But at the same time, I'm like, you have a voice over to correct people when they have to sit and when they have to stand up. He could have just said, this is not a debate if Jordan Peterson is a Christian. You could have corrected them. But you had the chance to make Jordan Peterson look bad.
That's it.
Do you think they set it up to make it... Did they set it up to make you look bad? And they had an agenda?
I think they set it up to maximize the contentiousness of it.
It's all about creating engagements. You can say, well, they're not that left-leaning. I'm like, okay, kind of might be sure. But why do they keep hiring the dumbest right-wingers and at least some articulate left-leaning people that can be very disrespectful, just shaming people?
They maximize it so that for the viewers, there would be conflict because it's interesting for viewers to watch conflict.
And they weren't confident or in allowing it to proceed
organically. Why let something go organically and people come together as a team? No, let's start a beautiful conflict. Divisiveness. But we are the party of inclusion by showing you how divisive the other one can be. Let's focus on that, not the good side. Just think about it. It's a producer that wants to keep their job. They want numbers.
Say organically or naturally. As I'm very unhappy about it. I think what they did was despicable.
If Jubilee was more organic with the show, it would be amazing. Hire smart people that have something to say that really wants to go on a middle ground.
Oh, okay.
If they were more organic and they just hire people that are kind of nicer and they have good points to try to find a middle ground, if you have more of them, I would watch the show. I don't watch the show anymore.
And we've thought about reacting to it.
Sheriff, he's over here.
I'm surprised he wanted to react to it, and for some odd reason they didn't.
We have the
documentation to prove all this, but they chose not to until now.
We have the documentation, but decided to let it lie. Until now, apparently.
Yeah.
So
if I was Jordan Peterson, I would be like your neck, man. I would have blown the lid off along. I came to a different show. You lied. Look at the paper. And I can understand why he would not want to do it. I don't want to create devices and I don't want to attack him. Maybe just go on a podcast and let it come out organically.
You can't decide a priori what words are going to come to you. right? You can try to find the words that put firm ground under your feet and be content with them. So when people ask me that question, I guess partly because I'm leery of the question first. There aren't words that spring to mind that will satisfy an ill-aimed question.
The problem is Jordan Peterson is seen as an icon, and he works so hard to be the right person. And sometimes that makes him seem less organic, because if I say something, I'm not that famous and they're going to send me to an education camp to keep my license as whatever job I'm still maintaining. That's the difference.
Well, it's simple. You say yes or no. It's simple, is it? It's simple, is it? The entire religious enterprise of the human race for the multiple millennia we've been pursuing our upward aim, that's all simple. It's not simple.
A lot of people assume just because I'm a Christian, I'm an alien. Like I'm a totally different alien with totally different reactions, right? And I'm like, no, I'm a human that is trying to be a good Christian. That's it. But the gotcha moment, oh, you're a Christian, but you did this and this and this and that. I'm like, if you want to play that game, just because you're a gender, you want me to play that game too? More Christians cause other Christians to leave Christianity. That is true. But for me, whenever I see a bad Christian, I just want to be a better Christian. So if you don't want to be a better Christian, you were never a Christian. Just like somebody in your party. If they see a bad example of a person in your party, don't just leave. Become a better left-leaning person or be the right-winger and find the freaking middle ground.
Does it mean you go to the cross willingly? And if that's what it meant, would you say that you believe? Because that's what it means. So be careful what you claim to believe.
You need to be like, hey, what are your actions that represents your value so I might think you're a Christian? It should be a grow up situation, not be like, oh, you're this? Why are you not doing this? Why are not? No. There is no definition, because a good Christian here isn't the same as a good Christian there.
We'll never truly be able to fully understand the knowledge that God has, right? So who's to say, how would we be able to come to the conclusion of what's right or what's wrong, or what's the right way to do it or what's the wrong way to do it, which category we should be in?
So we have people that judge us for the thing that they see, and not like Jordan Peterson, a hoarder, but they can pick and choose what is hard for us and justify if I'm a good Christian or not. It's not about that. And the fact that you don't even read the Bible, why are you telling me if I'm a good Christian or not? I'm blind! I'm blind!
No. Only God knows the real truth of it. So in your eyes, do you kind of see it in a way where you don't want to necessarily attach yourself to a certain category because you don't know, and we all don't know. The only person who knows.
Well, I'm useful not being in a category. That's a hell of a thing to say. But I'm trying to aid people in their understanding of these deep traditions. And to do that, I have to straddle worlds. And so I'm unwilling to give up that position because it seems useful.
Personally, I don't tell people I'm a Christian. But a lot of people tell me that I'm a very different person to the rest of the people that I keep meeting. Why? Because of my reaction and because of my values. If they ask me why, if I'm a Christian, I'm like, sure, I'm a Christian. And because this and that. Because they're not asking me because they think I'm disingenuous. They notice that I'm very patient, and most horrible things that happen to me, I take it with grace, and they find it weird. And now, the big question that everybody wants an answer to.
My last question for you is such a curious one that a lot of people want to know. Why is it that when people ask you if you're a Christian, you don't really answer it like straightforward, like, yeah, I follow Jesus Christ, I'm a Christian?
Because the question is almost always manipulative. It's not really a question. It's a veiled demand that I declare my allegiance in the manner they see fit at that moment. When people say, too, that they're a Christian, I actually generally don't really know what they mean. Not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, right? So be careful what you claim. It's a high bar.
I can understand what he means. I can also believe that he's overthinking it. That's just me. Do I believe in a God? Yes. Because I believe there is more than this.
But you're such a good reflection of Christians. Does the Bible verse scare you when they say that they'll deny me in public, I'll deny you in front of my Father? Because you're denying them because they're trying to set you in a trap. Would you not have confidence?
I'm denying the questioner ownership over my tongue.
What do you classify yourself as? If Jesus came down right now, would you be his son? Or would you be somebody who's studying Jesus?
What do you think?
My perspective is that you are a God-fearing man, you're learning, and you're taking what God gave you and you're teaching others. From your fruits, if I tasted them, I said, this is a righteous man that's after God's heart, like David. But then your mouth will say, who says that I'm a Christian? So it does confuse me as somebody who does watch you.
That's a good answer. I don't know how to add to that. I'm trying to find my way, and I'm communicating with people about that voyage as clearly as I possibly can. I'm painfully public. People can draw their own conclusions. If they want a casual conclusion, I'm not interested in providing that. People think it's obvious. They ask things that, do you believe in God? And I don't answer that question because I don't know what the hell you mean by the question. There isn't a more difficult question than that. That is the hardest question.
My wife, I dated her for more than 10 years. I never told her to be marry me. I never told her to go to a Christian church. But I did go to a Christian church, sleepy, high, drunk, or okay, and came happy back. And that's how I convinced her. I never told her. It's a way of living. And she will not say I'm dating a Christian guy. I'm dating a guy but likes to go to the church.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Turlo que ta berdetta welcome.